guys? Welcome back to another episode. This is going to be pond update number 1. Now, it's been roughly about a month and a half since we got this running, and I got a lot to go over with you guys of the progression of this pond. But first, in my arms, you can see I got some fish food. Let's feed the fish. As you can see, they are doing their rounds. They're nice and hungry. They're not that aggressive anymore. Just recently got cold this week. In the past couple days, they haven't really been attacking it as ferociously as they were this past weekend when it was like 60 degrees out. So we'll see how they feed today. Feed them up, Pops. Throw some of the mealworms in there, Dad.
Okay.
Throw it over on this side. I think a lot of the bluegills stay over near this plant.
Okay.
What you just saw was all the koi and goldfish going for the food first. Before that, it was the dace getting all the food, the bluegills getting all the food, and the koi and goldfish had to like chase for a little bit. And now everything's starting to cool off, and they're not eating as ferociously as before. But I am seeing some bluegill coming up. They're right down there. I don't know if you guys can see it too well, but they are coming out from their little hideouts. The dace, both the dace are right here with each other. Wow, that actually comes out a lot clearer than I thought. And I think I'm gonna go down and look for some worms I have in a trap. So down here, I actually need a tip from you guys. I have a rug over some dirt, and people say if you put it down, then the worms will come right up to the rug. But I've caught a couple, but nothing most of the time. If you guys can put in the comments the right way to do that kind of trap. I know I've seen a lot of people successful with it on YouTube, but give me some tips. I need a solid food supply for my fish. That would be nice. I don't have to go out and buy. As you guys know, I'm horrible with batteries, so I actually had to go inside and plug in my camera. It was dying, but while it was plugged in, I got a little bit of a snack for the fish. I scavenged up a couple of worms here, just around the house, under stuff, and just all over the place. And we're gonna see who eats these worms. A lot of the times it's the goldfish, but if I could sneak it by and have the bluegill or the dace eat it, that would be pretty cool. Let's see who gets it. Oh, the bluegill got it. There we go. Oh, couple of goldfish. There's a bluegill right there. He's waiting for it. Oh, who's gonna get it? The goldfish got it. He almost got it. It's getting kind of dark out, so I'm trying to get all these shots in before, you know, the sun goes down. But that's New England for you. It gets dark at 5 o'clock. So the goal was met. The bluegill got to eat, and now I got a couple other things to go over with you guys. First off, the fish. The fish are doing excellent. They're getting a lot more used to where they are. They're feeding up. They're feeding more frequently and less. They're coming out of their hiding spots a little bit more. So the fish are all good. Now I added a plant that we had at the other pond, and it was good and bad. Good now, but it was a mess before, and I'm gonna explain to you guys why that is right now. So we added this cattail plant. This was in the pond over in the corner as well. The fish loved it. As soon as we put it in, all the koi and goldfish and stuff, they went and they started attacking the sides. You know, eating all the algae and stuff, and just stuff like that. Just feeding on it. And what that did was it loosened up all the dirt, all the stuff that was on the plant, and it made the water. It was so depressing. It was crystal clear before we put that plant in. It made it murky and like brownish water, and then that turned into a green algae. It was super cloudy. You couldn't even see the bottom of the pond. Now, as you guys can see, it is back to being almost crystal clear. There's some dirt and stuff on the bottom, but that was from the plant. It all settled down, and we ended up taking out all the algae. We ended up accomplishing that with a couple different things. So we started off with the pool filter only, and that was not working because it was just getting clogged up, and the filter could not keep up with how much it had to filter because it's only used to being a pool filter. So we're like, okay, that's not working. We gotta think of something else. We kept it in there just for flow. and we put this isn't final, guys, by the way. We put in there just for flow. And then we kind of just made it a little decorative. It's like a little waterfall comes out of. Then my dad came up with this idea. In this are layers of different kinds of filters. We use sponges, Scotch-Brite pads, bio balls, and a couple different things in here, and just layered it differently. So there's different grains of filter in there. And what it does is the water raises up through all of the filter. Sorry, my hands are dirty. It's all sap from me and my dad removing trees. The water raises up through all the filters, catching a bunch of stuff that is in the water. And then in the middle here, we have a PVC pipe that it overflows in. So all the clean water goes through there, through the hose, down to the bottom and out into the pond. So it's just a big overflow thing with just a bunch of different kinds of filters. So we thought that was gonna clear it up because we had to think of something else. We let it go for about a week and a half or so, and it just wasn't doing anything. It cleared it up a little bit, like all the dirt and stuff like that from the plant, but the green was still there. So the third thing that we did was we actually took it out right now because it's getting too cold for it, but I'm gonna go inside and show you guys that right now. There's the pops.
I'm the engineer behind this pot.
Yeah, he's the engineer. He knows a bunch of stuff. So we took it out, like I said, because it's getting too cold, and what this is a UV clarifier. It has a light bulb in here that actually the water sucks through, and the algae that's too small to get caught in the filters that we have outside goes through this. UV light kills off that algae. So we have 2 pumps going on outside, and this is attached to one of them. So that is how it cleared up so quick. I think it was 65 bucks on Amazon. Not expensive. The replacement bulbs are awesome. I highly recommend it. If I can find out where I got, or what the name of it is, I'll link it in the description, but that is definitely a necessity for a homemade pond. After putting that in, it ended up clearing up totally in probably,
4 days.
What do you think, 4 days? Yeah. And now it is back to being almost crystal clear. So this is the pump when it's on. This is just the pool pump. This one is disconnected because obviously we took out the UV clarifier, and that connects to this one right here. But this is just the pool pump, filterless. It just circulates the water. We just keep it on for current oxygen. Just have them feel more at home. So I don't know what the last thing I said about the pond was structure-wise, but I'm just gonna tell you we added more rocks. They're on top of other rocks, some of them too, so they're like little caves that you can, that the fish can go in and hide if they really want to. In the future, probably next spring, we're gonna be getting lily pads. What were the other ones called again?
The pond iris.
Pond iris, and what?
Yellow.
Yellow ones.
Maybe some water chestnuts, so we'll see.
And we're just gonna try to make it, just have more stuff in it. Not just a bunch of rocks and one plant.
You don't want to crowd it, but...
Yeah, exactly. You don't want to crowd it. But anyways, guys, if you guys have any questions about the pond, anything you guys see or want to know, let me know in the comment section down below and I will answer it. And that is pretty much it for pond update number 1. I'll catch you guys on the next one.